Hello, my name is Nick. At the end of August 2022, I had a stroke. I've been making some videos to explain what happened to me and how my recovery is going. So I thought I'd just do a quick catch up on where we're up to. What's the third day of 2023. So far things are going okay. I've got no carers coming in, no physios, so I'm on my own. Except I'm not on my own at all because I've got family around me, so I'm lucky that way. I know there are people out there who are literally on their own, some elderly people, and the only contact I ever get is with the carers, which is a horrible way to be, but so I count myself lucky that I've got lots of family around me. I'm in a house where there's always someone in. A lot of the times there's loads of people here. It's a very busy house, so there's noise, there's people to talk to, there's things to keep me diverted. But I was thinking this is my third day now, and I do miss the carers. Like I say, I've got loads of people in the house to talk to. I've got friends who send me messages, get phone calls, and it's great. I'm really thankful for it. It's nice to be able to talk to people. When you speak to your carers, it's a slightly different thing. They look at things from a different angle, a different viewpoint. Your friends, your family look at you and how things are going, whether you're walking better, if you can clean and dress yourself, they're delighted. Your carers are asking how things are going physically, mentally, and it's also, they're really nice people, so I'll miss it from a friendship point of view. But it did get me thinking. It's a very, again, it's another one of these strange things that I wasn't prepared for and I didn't even realise until a little bit later on, is how close you get to your carers and to your physios. And the relationship is very intimate, and I don't mean that in a sexual way at all, but they get to the truth of you, and it's something which maybe you're happy with everyone that you know, all your friends being completely open and honest and bearing your soul. But I don't think it's something that comes naturally to everyone. So yeah, you do get really close, and it is very intimate, especially with the physios, because one of my physios said to me, apologised one day. She said, it seems every time I come round here, all I do is grab your mum. And she was right. What she was doing was, because I've got problems walking, I have to switch on the top of my hamstring. So she was grabbing hold of the top of my hamstring, which is located in my backside. And she was doing that and talking to me, trying to get me to switch that one muscle on. And it's so hard to do, being able to mentally and then physically switch on one muscle. So she was constantly grabbing me and talking me through it. And other times you have physios that are grabbing hold of your legs and moving you around your arms. You're really close with them. So you're physically close, but also mentally and emotionally close. And by that, I mean, your carers and your physios, they have to get inside your head. They have to be able to ask questions that make them understand exactly where you are, where you're up to. The physios need to ask questions and find out about how your muscles are reacting, how physically you are reacting, whether you're too tired to carry on, and whether the physio that they're doing is working for you, whether it's hurting you, whether it's sending you backwards, or you're doing well and can be pushed further. So there's got to be a two-way trust. I've got to completely trust in them, and that whatever they say, it's done for the right reasons. I know it is because the physios, they're here to make me better. But there are times when they tell you to do something and it's got to be up there, it's got to be, yeah, I understand why they're doing this. They've explained it and I trust them completely. So there's got to be this thing where there's absolute 100% trust between you. With the carers, there has to be a trust between you, because how many times have I stood there naked in front of someone? There's got to be a trust that it's their profession, it's what they're doing to make you feel more comfortable. And to feel comfortable, you have to have that trust, because if you don't, it's the most vulnerable way you will ever be, in front of a relative stranger, completely naked, at their mercy, not being able to use one entire side of your body. So there is an intimacy, and as a result, I think you become close to the carers and the physios, and you start to class them as friends, not just as people there to help you out. So I miss not only the carers, I also miss the physios, because every one of them that I've dealt with have been really nice people, good to spend time with, good to talk to, intelligent, engaging, and genuinely and openly wanting the best for you and doing everything they can to help. So that's always nice, having somebody who wants to help you, who genuinely wants to help you, and you feel that. It's an incredible feeling. So I do miss that. But I am lucky. When I want to go for a shower, like yesterday and the day before, I just sat on the sofa and thought, no, I want to go over have a shower. So I just shouted to my dad. And he walked up behind me on the way up to make sure I wasn't doing anything stupid. I gave him a text when I was ready to come back down, and he walked in front of me, same thing, making sure I was using the right feet, I was getting myself in the right positions, I was taking my time, I wasn't rushing. Not everyone's as lucky as that. I am. So I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, it's a strange thing. I don't think I've really explained it as quite as much as I feel it. It really is difficult until you're in that situation. When you are either completely naked in front of someone that, like I say, is a relative stranger, or you are having to submit bodily to someone and let them control what you're doing, you don't really understand it. Once it's happened to you, and I'm sure there might be people out there who are watching who think, yeah, I've had the same thing. Once you've had that, it is a strange feeling, but it's nice to be able to relax into it and trust the people around you. It really is. Again, I think that's where intimacy comes from. In the same way that if you spoke to a counsellor and had therapy, there's an intimacy there because you have to bare your soul to someone. They have to dig deep, and you both have to have that trust between you. I think it's the same with the physios and the carers. They sort of form, I don't want to say, it's like speaking to a psychiatrist, but they're very highly trained, they're very experienced at what they do. You can't talk to them about things. And yeah, it's not a psychiatrist and patient kind of thing, but they can take on board what you're talking about, and they're very, very good at giving you advice and just listening at times. Knowing what to say and what not to say, which I think is just as important. But yeah, so far, going all right. I'm eating well. My weight is a little bit fluctuating, but not by much, so I'm happy with that. I went for a walk on New Year's Day. Couldn't quite manage one yesterday because by the time I got round to thinking about getting out there, it was freezing cold and raining. I thought, no, can't be doing with this, especially not with a walking stick. But it looks bright out there today, so I might go for a little walk, some fresh air, and see how things are. Yeah, and then as the days and weeks go by, I'm going to try and get further and further with the walks, because I think I need them. I think I need to build up a little bit of muscle in my legs and then try and get this arm working, because it is just doing my head in. I want to pick a guitar up and I can't, and it's pissing me off big time. I try not to get frustrated because I understand it will come back in time, and it is literally just a time issue. But I want to drive, I want to get back in the car. I know I can't. I've had a letter from the DVLA today. I let them know that I had a stroke. I had the hemorrhage version of the stroke, the bad one. So they're now having to speak to my doctor at the hospital to get advice on how bad things were before they can come back to me and say, right, this is what you need to do to get back in the car, which is going to be a long time before that happens. And I do think I'm going to have to get an automatic rather than my manual car. Even I was getting to this age, I thought to myself, I'm going to need an automatic just to relax and have a chill driving experience. But I think the hand will come back and I'll be able to steer and use the indicators. But my days of using a manual gearbox, I think, are over. So I'm waiting to hear back from them, see what the doctor says to them, how long he thinks it'll take. But the guitar, I've been absolutely torturing myself recently watching guitar videos and car videos on YouTube, and I shouldn't, because it really, doesn't annoy me. It does give me that little bit of frustration, but I can't just pick a guitar up. I'm surrounded by them. I can't just pick one up and play. I can't teach my daughter some of the things she wants to learn, and I know I could. But I try not to let myself get frustrated, because I just know it's time. It is literally just time. Time, a little bit of effort, and I'll be back to how I was. But, oh man, I want to play guitar badly. No, I don't want to play it badly, I want to play it well, but you know what I mean. But I'll get there. Always be positive. That's what it's all about. Got to be positive. Because if you don't think it'll happen, then you're talking yourself into it not happening. And with that positivity, I always liken it to going ice skating. If you go into it thinking, I'm going to fall, you're talking yourself into falling. So you're gone before you even get on the ice. Whereas if you think, no, I'm going to go for it, you might stay up a little bit longer. And if you do fall, you just get back up and get on with it. Life's a bit like that. Life's a bit like ice skating. Deep that, innit? Very profound. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. If you enjoyed the videos or taken anything from it, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, dropping a comment. If you've got any questions about anything I've mentioned or any of the previous videos, just put them in the comments and I will try and answer them as quickly as possible. I do appreciate everyone who watches these videos and takes the time to interact. It means a lot to me. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, and remember, you only get one life. Don't throw it away.